What is going on, everybody? Reverend Say here, and today I've got some more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay. Today's going to be the 6th episode? 6th or 7th episode? I can't even remember where we're at. It's been a while since I played and uploaded a Call of Duty video. It's been about a week, I think. And the reason for that is because my connection on this game has been absolutely horrible. Ever since they released the Mosh Pit playlist, I've pretty much not been able to play Call of Duty because my connection's that bad, man. Like, literally, and I know I say that word a lot. I really do. But I really mean it this time. The first 10 shots in any gun I use will not register. That's what the problem I was having for over a week since the Mosh Pit update came out. But I tried playing again today after giving it a break, and it's working a lot better. Or at least seemingly so. So I'm really excited about that because I really like this game. It just sucked that I couldn't play it. I was surprised I didn't snap it in half that week because of how frustrated I was getting. But nonetheless, a lot better today, at least. Go 34-11 in this hardpoint game. I did kill Horde a little bit because it's pub hardpoint, and I really don't like pubs too much in this game, so I just kind of kill Horde a lot. So didn't get like a crazy amount of kills, but it's still a very fun game, and I hope you guys enjoy that in the background. I'm using the ASM1 with the red dot and the foregrip. I do normally run primary gunfire on this, but this was like a class I made right after I prestiged, and I forgot to change it basically, and I got 2 frags on there, as you can see, just to take up spots. I think I get like a double kill with one of them actually, so hey, that's pretty cool. But anyway, today what we're going to be talking about is OpTic Gaming, OpTic Nation has dropped Mboze from their lineup, and I kind of stand by this because he has not been doing too well. He's doing decent online, but he's okay online, I should say, but he hasn't been performing like when it comes to online tournaments and like the league. He hasn't been performing very well there, and he didn't perform very well at the at Columbus or anything like that, sadly. So I kind of stand by this because when you have a lineup like Proofy, Karma, and TP and Mboze, who do you pick to drop? I mean, you have to pick one of them. There's no choice. The other 3 of them are getting along. Proofy, TP, and Karma are getting along, and so, seemingly so. The only problem they're having is Mboze, and you have to kind of do it. But awesomely, they did decide, you know, he's still part of the OpTic Gaming group, basically, or the organization. He is staying in the house still, so that was really awesome of them to let him do that. And he's still part of the brand. Obviously, he's going to be looking for a new team. Hopefully, that's in the league. But, I mean, you can't really do it much right now other than announce yourself a free agent and get a team for Orlando, UMG Orlando, which I think is coming. I can't remember. I think that's next month, January, I want to say. I'm not sure. I hope it is because I don't want to go too long without a freaking tournament to watch. But hopefully he does find a team. He deserves a team. He's a good player. He's really young. He's hilarious, too. It's just he just wasn't performing well, and I guess they weren't getting along too well within the team. And you got to have good chemistry. You can't just be constantly arguing or anything like that or blaming each other. You just can't have that. And if the other players felt like he was a problem and he wasn't performing, especially as a captain, I think they needed to drop him. Now, here's the thing though. Here's my theory, and I want to know what you guys think. I actually have this theory about Nadeshot. A lot of people get like on Nadeshot for not dropping tons of kills. Well, first of all, right now it's not like he can because he's got 3 of the best slayers pretty much of all time on his squad. So they're all killing people. All he's got to do is really play that objective hard. And still, he's not going to always be in that position to capture objectives every single time. There's going to be times where they got to swap out and stuff like that. But I also think part of the reason why he doesn't perform quite as well in the slaying category is because not only is he the think tank, he's the captain. He's calling the shots. He's got to, obviously he does take ideas from his teammates, and if a teammate's got a good call, he'll go with it. But he's got to be sitting there and thinking, you know, okay, should we do this? Should we do that? What should we do? Where should we push? What do we need to be covering? He's the captain of the team. He's ultimately the decision maker of the team. So you have to have that in your mind while doing all this other stuff. There's so much you got to think about. So I honestly think, like, at his point in time, he can be the team captain with him playing for so long, getting better and better. At this point, he's a very good captain of a team, I feel. But when you get through, and another reason is another thing is why I don't think Scumpy should have his own team is because if you throw him in that position, he's got to make the calls. He's got to be thinking about all this stuff. He's not going to perform like Scumpy. Scumpy's not going to be Scumpy killing everything at that point because he's going to be doing literally so much stuff in his head that he can't quite keep up with it, so he's not going to slay as good. And I really feel like that's an issue when it comes to being team captain. I feel like Mboze was the same way. Mboze was on team the Unite team with Parasite that beat Complexity, the first team to beat Complexity, I think. Complexity. They weren't playing with Karma, I don't think, at that tournament, but nonetheless, they did have a good backup. I can't remember who it was, but he was doing good in the tournament. But nonetheless, they won that tournament with Mboze, and then they dropped Mboze, and it was like, what the heck, man? That's not, you just won one, and he was doing good that tournament. He wasn't doing bad. He was doing very good. And then he came on to OpTic Gaming, and they played in the champs together. Him, Nade Shot, I think, was it Big T? I think Big T was still on the squad at that point, and then Scumpy. It might have been Proofy at that point. I can't, no, it might have been Jake. Was it Jake Cap? No. I think it was Big T at that point, and then Big T dropped out after champs. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Or retired after champs, I mean. And they placed third there, and he did great there as well. So I really think it's the fact that he was the team captain at that point, having to make decisions and having to make calls and stuff like that. It really just kind of affected his play. So it'd be interesting to see if he gets on another team where he's not the captain, and he can just play and focus on that and just call out, and that's really all he's got to focus on. It'd be really interesting to see how he does. I think he'll do better, but let me know what you guys think about that if you guys are esports fans when it comes to Call of Duty. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on that. But nonetheless, it was really cool. He was really appreciative of Hex and Nadeshot and the whole OpTic Gaming brand for doing everything they did for him. He was a part of that team for a while. He was on gaming at champs, and then I think one tournament after that is when they switched him over to Nation, and they brought in Proofy and then Clayster and all that. So I think that was then it was like Parasite Ricky, and then it was Ricky left as well. Then it was Parasite Clayster, and then it was like so confusing at that point. And then eventually it was Clayster and Proofy, which I won X Games with. And then they didn't place very well after. I think they placed 1 second place at Anaheim after that, and then after that it was it. They were not doing very good, and then they ended up dropping Proofy and Clayster and picking up the God Squad, basically. And I'm very confident OpTic Gaming's gonna win the next tournament as well. But it's a shame because Nation's got such a great lineup. You'd figure they'd be doing better, but it's gotta just be that chemistry, man. That they're not all three of them are getting along. And we'll see who they pick up. I know they're playing with a sub right now because they have to, because of the league. You're not allowed to switch players like that are on another. You're basically not allowed to trade players. Like one player can't go to another team and then have them drop. Like if they're signed to that specific team, they can only play in the league with that team. So it's kind of a shame, but we'll definitely see where it goes from here. I'm interested in seeing who they decide to pick up after this first season. For sure. And speaking of the season, the only team currently undefeated right now, before it was Aware, which was actually a big surprise, and FaZe. Now it's just FaZe. I think FaZe is 5-0 or 6-0 or something like that. And then Gaming's right behind them at 5-1. And honestly, they should have won that one too. They should be undefeated, but they made mistakes, and it happens. They were playing rusty, I guess, but they're 5-1. They're doing good online still, even though they're not all on the quad host anymore. I think they only have 2 players on host. No, yeah, 2 players on host, because Scumpy's at home and Formal's at home, I think. And then Crim is in the house and Nade's in the house. So, but nonetheless, I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go. I really hope Mboze finds a good team. I just wanted to make a video about this because I like Mboze. I think he's a cool dude. He's a good video maker. He's a good streamer, and he's a good player. So. Yeah, just esports news for you guys. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to be making try to be making a couple videos here for next week because I'm going to be out all week. Basically, I'm going down to my cousins and the rest of, my aunt and uncles for Christmas. But I'm leaving Sunday night, so I'm not going to be here like at all that week, sadly. So I won't be able to get videos out then. So I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 out or made and set for that week. So we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, a comment down below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.